Deputy in distress.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to die. Oh, I'm die too, buddy. Suck me in.
How saving a life almost cost him his. A summer holiday weekend.
I've never been in anything like this, honestly.
Ruined by those who pulled the trigger. And the FBI's newest agent.
As you can see right next to them, they have repatriated the Stanley Cup here.
What he had to overcome to be recruited. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kelly Sanchez.
I'm Hawa Ezel. Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A shocking experience caught on camera after two Floridians fight to keep their heads above water.
Today, two Floridians are thankful to be alive after getting caught in a rush of floodwater that sucked them into a drainage pipe.
Caplin's Nicole Swed has the details.
I'll be out with several disabled vehicles here.
Sheriff's Deputy William Hollingsworth arriving on scene in Escambia County, Florida, Friday to help a stranded driver stuck in rising floodwaters. After exiting his patrol car, he says he saw a driver vanish underwater and immediately went in after him, only to be stuck under himself. The sheriff's office says for 30 terrifying seconds, Deputy Hollingsworth was pulled underwater, sucked under a drainage pipe for nearly 100 feet. His body camera capturing the rushing, muffled sounds of being submerged. Until finally he's able to resurface. Deputy Hollingsworth immediately rushing to the driver to see if he's okay.
Oh, Jesus, buddy. Hey, David. Hey, David. David. Can you believe what just happened to us?
The two audibly emotional about their near-death experience.
Oh, just breathe. Just breathe, buddy. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to die. Oh, I'm going to die too, buddy. Suck me in. Oh, my God. Did you go through that? I did. I never held my breath like that in my life. I mean it.
Afterwards, the driver thanking the deputy for his actions.
I'm glad you did. Thank you, man, for being there when I come up.
This is Nicole Swed, Caplin News.
People across the southeast today are checking out their cameras after capturing a seemingly never-ending lightning storm. CNN's Jeremy Roth has the details.
The only thing wilder than the recent severe weather that socked the southeast was some of the video captured during the event, like a shot of a seemingly endless lightning storm over Pensacola, Florida, captured from a plane flying overhead, which unfolded relentlessly in front of a passenger who called it one of the most incredible things he'd ever seen. Concertgoers in coastal Alabama also caught the long-lasting light show while at another show, a James Taylor concert.
That was CNN's Jeremy Roth reporting. Storms are expected to continue as we push through this hurricane season.
Today, large parts of the southeast are without power following life-threatening heat waves and severe storms. Over 400,000 people have lost power due to the weather that has included temperatures rising to 118 degrees, leaving people more vulnerable to heat exhaustion, dehydration, and other deadly issues. Over 35 million people are under heat alerts as local governments urge residents to stay indoors. The highest temperatures are expected to last until Wednesday.
This past weekend was meant to include fun celebrations that acknowledged everything fathers do for their children, along with the history of the Juneteenth holiday. As Caplin News' Aiden Shakon reports, for some cities across the U.S., the weekend became a weekend of mourning and grief as gun violence continues to run rampant throughout the nation.
A fun and celebratory weekend dedicated to Juneteenth and Father's Day turned deadly in multiple U.S. cities as gun violence continues to run rampant throughout the country.
I've never been in anything like this, honestly.
A Saturday night Juneteenth celebration saw 22 people injured and 1 person dead 21 miles west of Chicago. Officers were present to patrol the event but were called to respond to a separate incident around 12:25 a.m. according to the DuPage County Sheriff's Office. The unit returned to the site when gunfire erupted. An unknown number of suspects fired rounds into the celebrating crowd.
The motive behind this incident is unclear.
9 people are injured and a 17-year-old male is dead in St. Louis after shots were fired around 1 a.m. inside an office building hosting a party. According to St. Louis Metropolitan Police, the ages of the victims range from 15 to 19 years old. Investigators and officers say an AR-15 style rifle along with other weapons were recovered at the scene and a 17-year-old suspect is in custody.
Additionally, a 17-year-old female was possibly trampled coming down the stairs running from the scene and has serious injuries to her spine.
A city located 160 miles east of Seattle saw 2 people shot dead and 3 others injured during a dance festival. The first night of a weekends-long dance festival began with chaos as officers were called to the scene in the city of Quincy, Washington around 8:23 p.m. Saturday night. The alleged shooter survived the incident but was put to a stop after officers on the scene shot and injured the suspect.
We don't know what the motives were, what the intentions were of the shooter.
1 of 2 Pennsylvania state troopers died from the gunshot wounds they sustained while trying to stop a suspect from shooting at police. That suspect was eventually killed. The combination of incidents over the weekend saw 6 people dead, including the suspect who shot at Pennsylvania police, and 36 people injured. Aiden Chacon, Caplin News.
Not only are houses getting more expensive, but so is their insurance. Homeowners insurance is becoming scarce due to natural disasters, rising premiums, and an increased cost for repairs. The number of smaller insurance companies have also been diminishing in states where natural disasters are prominent. In Florida, homeowners pay premiums nearly 4 times those anywhere else in the country. Hurricanes such as Ian are partially the reason why.
Appreciate that orange juice you have at the breakfast table this morning. It was a rough year for the Florida fruit, but now for customers' wallets as well. Orange trees were hit by bad weather and an epidemic of disease. Because Florida produces the majority of domestic orange juice, this has put shoppers in quite the squeeze. Orange production has been declining in the past decade, so farmers are considering switching to other crops.
The Marlins open up their series with a bang against the Toronto Blue Jays at Marlins Park.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
The things that people are doing for Drew and for Tyler and our family just means so much to us.
A heartwarming story as the FBI helps one child live out a dream. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
There's a new special agent in town as one child gets to fight crime with the FBI as they help him fight his brain cancer.
Today, the FBI is backing up a young boy in his fight against brain cancer by making him an agent for a day and more.
Caplin News reporter Jamie Nunez reports.
At FBI headquarters this afternoon,
this is the FBI.
Things were tense.
We need you to come out now.
A rare item was stolen. The thief holed up inside this building. They tracked him down, and Junior Special Agent Drew Patchen flushed him out. His team entering the building and apprehending the suspect, who looked a lot like the Hamburglar, but it wasn't all beef patties he'd stolen. It was the Stanley Cup.
As you can see right next to them, they have repatriated the Stanley Cup here.
10-year-old Drew was diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer in 2019 that doctors said was inoperable. But his family found a surgeon in Houston, Texas, who's going to operate. Until then, they are making memories with Drew and his 5-year-old brother, Tyler.
Both of the kids really enjoyed it today.
The FBI stepped up to help.
We're also a member of the surrounding community, and so, our employees having an opportunity to sponsor a family in the community in this way and really advocate for them and help them make positive memories while they can is really a special opportunity.
But that wasn't the only surprise.
Drew is interested in challenge coins, which are these hard coins that law enforcement and military give out.
They collected several hundred coins from agencies across the country to give to Drew and his brother.
The things that people are doing for Drew and for Tyler and our family just means so much to us. We, get to look at the positive side of what happens when someone gets cancer.
At the end of the day, Junior Special Agent Patchen got a reward. 2 plates of chocolate chip cookies.
If I eat all of these, it's gonna be 12.
Hey, you can't fight crime on an empty stomach. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Jamie Nunez.
The Marlins are on another hot streak after winning their 5th game in a row against the Toronto Blue Jays. This makes it the team's best start of the season in over a decade. This game was also defining for Luis Arraez, who had his second 5-for-5 game in a week. That brings him back to a .400 batting average. Brian Hoeing started the shutout and had 5 strikeouts. Designated hitter Jorge Soler hit the team's only home run. The final score was Blue Jays 0, Marlins 11. The 2 teams will play again today at 6:40 p.m. in the second game of the series. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs. My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Hawa Ezel.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.